Greetings everyone, Angrade here with another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on top right side as the green Abbasid Dynasty, we got Remilia. Spawn on bottom left side as the pink House of Lancaster, we got underscore. I wonder if that's insert blank here. Let's play a bit of Hangman. Then again, there's no actually reference any hangman, like actually hangmen in pretty much any of Age of Empires game, right? Even Age of Empires 2 had all the dialogue. There was nothing about people being hanged. No? When did hanging come about as a form of execution? I honestly don't know. Because usually a lot of executions, like historical executions, like crucifixion is the more pretty common one. But then there's of course just straight up stab death, beheaded, things that sort. I don't remember when hanging first came about. We have now the cultural wing now being researched, as well as the Abbey of Kings. Get out a early king. Cultural wing course can be used for a fast age up due to the reduction of all technologies age advanced by plus 20% or minus 20%. To be fair, I think these are also upgrades. They just include the terminology of age advancement so people don't second guess themselves. And the fast age up usually is meant for fast Gilom, so the next one's probably going to go for Gilam's course, and not to mention get the free 2 camel riders. I should bring up the sheep counter. Of course, pink is collecting up stone there. It's going for secondary town center. Or it's House Lancer. Could be for manors. So either could be a possibility. We do have a manor now being employed in the field. Of course, its income rate based on the number of villagers nearby. One Lord of Lancaster. Did I say King earlier? I meant Lord of Lancaster, getting English and House of Lancaster mixed on up. Go to Age Tier 1 now activated. Going for some horsemans there. Maybe just trying to eye for a bit of a force just to help keep the flanks, because the... No, he is going for a healthy number of horsemen. Because I'm just assuming the House of Wisdom is meant... He went for Culture Wing is usually meant for fast age ups. Maybe I'm getting a little bit too hung up on that. Going for survival techniques. Of course, that technology get a nice cost reduction of 20%. Which is already pretty cheap technologies. Now it's even cheaper. Double stable. That's interesting. Now I'm really, maybe he just really wants cheap economic upgrades? To be fair, Abbasid Dynasty is has one of the strongest economies in the game thanks to the Golden Age tier system. Plus 15% gathering rate for all resources is immensely powerful. And he made sure to get that out as soon as possible, 10 out of 30 structures. And give me one more. I realized my OBS preview's over there, and I've just seen double at the corner of my screen. Don't worry, I don't need glasses. We do have a nice little couple points there for a nice outpost for a cinematic position. Going some various economic attacks. Of course, like I said, 20% cheaper. His berries, of course, have the increased gathering speed, as well as increased carrying capacity, as well as increased berry capacity. 4 horsemen, 1 scout. Remember, the scout does slow down the formation. There's a large number of villagers there. Click go from a bit of amount of gold. Has gone for a pair of town centers, and looks like... Doesn't say. It looks like it's being affected by... maybe it is. I'm getting them 10 mixed up. It is being affected by the villagers collecting up gold. These just have some Lords of Lancaster, so the fast tech up didn't happen. And the secondary talent center I originally suspected, but stupidly forgot it was House Lancaster, was also incorrect, so I'm incorrect in multiple aspects so far this game. And the whole House of Lancaster will be managed to age up first, going for the White Tower. Got 2 lords here, 2 out of 4. Military wing is being deployed on the field. Of course, the White Tower should be deployed before the military wing gets completed. This will give him 2 free camel riders. Not to mention, he will have access to boot camp and composite bows, 2 excellent upgrades. The increased health of by 50% of all infantry is nice, but Gilams are a fast attack speed man-at-arms variant who also have high health. Granted, they cost a lot more. But that means the plus 50% health really does add up, and you could view it a bit more multiplicatively versus the standard man-at-arms. Of course, the White Tower does give 3 Earl's Guards, because it is a keep, so he has a nice force of now 4 Lords, 3 Earls, and 1 Knight. Oh, I thought I saw Camel Archers in build queue. It looks like he may have cancelled them. He does throw daggers, like if they were playing Call of Duty. +2 range or +1 range armor being researched, very nice. Help resist the town center fire. Military wings almost complete. Camel riders they don't have any inherent armor, but they have a lot of health. So against the high melee damage units, they are somewhat reasonable resilient. As he starts slugging into the camel riders. You can see here they have a health of 270. I think the base health of a knight this age. Oh, wait, the Lord of Lancaster player has a knight. Has a health of 230. 24 damage. Granted, these guys only have 14 faster attack speed. Also double damage versus cavalry. But they have a lot of technologies to go along with them in later ages, in next age. We got all the lords here. A single crossbow man firing away. The English the House of Lancaster army is entirely heavy, so crossbows were a good call. Gilams, of course, have high attack speed, but the relatively low damage means the armor of the armored units won't be great, but the high durability could be a good frontline for the crossbowmen. Lancer engaging the knight, knight being pursued by the various cavalry. That knight got a bit more damage than I expected on the Lancer. Lancer's alive. Letting Imam heal it up is probably a good idea. Dago demands head pats. I'm just gonna get a bit cool. Rocket nearby? No, I do not. Oh well. Knights moving around. Horsemen there. We don't see Spearmen just yet. We got 3 Earl's Guard, 4 Lords of Lancaster. Right now it comes to the destroyed value. Green is destroyed 480, pink's destroyed 580. The 100 difference came from the 2 villagers he killed. Zalak Dagos demands head pats. Of course, the Imams probably declare them as dirty, so that's why they have to be killed. A scout course does shoot a bow against the wolves, which has higher DPS than the sword. And the Imam does get hacked apart. Let's see, how many relics have been claimed by each player? Pink claimed 1, picked up 1, Green's picked up 1. 1 last relic's here, the last one's down here. Horsemen pursuing that knight. Oh, the camels pushed forward and got sliced apart. Camels are also compared to the knights and lancers. They are light cavalry, which means they are not counted by crossbowmen. They also do get plus 10 siege anti-siege damage while at it. Very nice for them to have. But I mentioned the light part is because they can have a lot of technology to improve their armor, improve a lot of aspects to them, so they've become a very powerful staple unit. The fact they don't get a heavy typing means they just resist all the damage while not taking any bonus damage. The only thing they technically directly counters them is generally spearmen. I'm not sure why he wallowed there. That got deleted. This improves the movement speed of camels, so they right now move the same movement speed as heavy knights. But they will soon move faster. Not horseman fast, but still pretty fast. I think it's increased their speeds like the, 1.7 something, right? Guess we'll find out soon enough. 1.87, so it's ever so slightly slower than a horseman. So now they can accompany horsemen. Cameras are somewhat expensive. That is 220 total resources, mix of everything. So, but they're also not very gold intensive, so they make some very usable spam unit in the late game. Now the towns that are going up for green likely will age up to the economic wing. Trade wing is not likely since players don't go for trade all too often unless they are completely out of gold. And their traders are pretty good. This is plus 55% more effectiveness. Granted, they use camel traders, camel caravans. So they move faster, but they get reduced trade rates. I think their income's relatively the same, but I actually don't know off the top of my head. You got camel armor being researched, improving the melee armor by 3. You got some Holars blown in the field, the cheaper but weaker light cavalry for the House Lancaster. But they also do have a gold cost. Spring gold prices going up. House Lancaster almost has enough gold to age on up. It just needs double the amount of food. Abbasid Dynasty is just nowhere near close. Imam getting sliced apart. Try and repair up that wall. Base the fact that I can't click on the wall segment, but the fact that the top bit is not regenerating again means he's likely not out repairing damage. But since they weren't attacking, that's another matter. Crossbowman firing away, wall segments almost down. And does get on out of there. Oh, I thought he was going to repair it or replace it with gate, one of the two, but neither. Camels up to 4 armor right now. They can get the 5 melee armor this age, which is quite a nice amount in comparison to the Earl's Guard that get up to 6 armor. Warren Guard Palace now being employed in the field. A lot of fun units in there. At least the English variant. This one does give a lot of good bannered armies to summon. Pink is advancing down south. Almost golden age tier 2, just primarily improves research speed, so nothing too great there. Knights pushing the way forward, crossbow and firing away. Some of those units took a bit of damage, not too crazy. We do have a handful of units here. You have a good number of cavalry riders, handful of horsemen, and a very healthy number of crossbowmans. Abbasid about ready to age on up. Remember, his age ups are cheaper. You can forward one now. Goes to economic wing as expected. This, of course, can make his economic buildings cheaper, which is not important, but it's actually a pretty good item to help transition to farms. Makes your farms 30% cheaper. Villagers gather from farms 15% plus 50%, which is very powerful, especially how the farming nerfs are now making so these are plus 10. And villagers drop off 8% more resources. Immensely powerful upgrade there. Scout going down. Here's one of the Hoblars. 999. 9 damage is the same damage as a regular horseman in Dark Age. Not Dark Age, Feudal Age. Attack speed score is higher. Health is, of course, less. Torch damage is the same. And, of course, they do have a charge attack, which can be buffed with certain technologies. Camera artists may want to split from the formation. These villagers are likely going down. Very healthy number of crossbowmen. Camera artists are providing good front line, since opponents mostly composed of cavalry. The Lords of Lancaster's health effect is very nice, plus 2% health. 1 lords, 2 the lords. Good lord. Oh, I was going to say that when the 4th one dies, all the lords are down. Good lord, all the lords are down. Okay, that was not a very good joke. Either way, we do now have the Fertile Crescent being researched. All 6 sites catch up by pink. This one likely be captured soon. Level 2 camel armor, giving +2 armor rather than just +3/+0. And due to the higher base health, biology is very effective on them. Knights are pushing down south. These are not knights, these are demi-lancers. Heavy cavalry unit, I still have trouble understanding what their big benefits. In order for them to get any decent damage, they have to rely on getting bonus damage from from just having keeps in the field for them. Like the Earl's Garden Lords of Landcaster. In this age, they do have 5/5 armor, which is the same as knights. The health is lower, the damage is lower. They do have a regular attack speed. And I actually have a charge attack as well, but it's not super great. Got some hardened spearmans there with a billman upgrade. If you really want to eye for demi-lancers, you may need to go for the House of College in order to improve their charge damage. But since he went for the White Tower, that's simply not a possibility. You now have improved processing, improved 8% drop off from all resources, though that would be very useful as gold deposit. The other ones, this about 4,000 gold. Actually, this one 121. Just task a single villager that cleaned up. And we do actually have the AoE healing from keeps and town centers. I was not expecting that upgrade. It's not too terribly expensive. It's nice to have, particularly for villagers, to top off the health in between raids. But that's about it. We do now have incendiary arrows being researched by Green, and of course the medical centers. Level 3 farming tech. So his farming tech will be fully maxed out, with barring the final golden age. That is what, plus 15, plus 15, plus 30. So yeah, effectively double food collection rate. Or double food bonuses. Improved 8% drop-off is a whole another matter, greatly increasing the entire number by 8%, rather than additively applied to each other. That one's multiplicatively applied. Yeah, just simply put, the Abbasid Dynasty can have an immensely powerful economy, and camera riders, since they're cheap on gold, make them much more spammable. It's not to mention they're about half the cost as health as food, and a bit of wood to go along with it. They are a very spammable unit, and since they are light cavalry as well, there's a lot less counters to them. They can be hard to deal with. You just have to go pretty much for spearmen against them. And with all the upgrades they get, a lot of I sort of call a large amount of pile of upgrades a form of devotion. They can get a lot of armor. I think like 5 armor in total. Yep, they just need one more armor, both those armors. So yeah, they can get the 8-5 armor, which is pretty nice. It's basically heavy cavalry. So heavy infantry will have a bit of trouble versus them as well. Not to mention with biology, with the higher base health, with good armor, man-arms are not necessarily going to be a good cost-effective counter to them either. You basically just have to use spearmen. Their 5-range armor is somewhat vulnerable to, I guess, light archers and crossbowmen. But still, not too significant there. We do have a very healthy number of spearmen here, or should I say billmen, which also strip the armor. Got the crossbow on the flank, takes out all the heavy cavalry there. Spearmen push way forward. Got some lords and Landcaster help them out. Some hand cannoneers, and with the boot camp, they get a little bit more healthiness. Hand cannoneers also have higher base health than archers and crossbowmen, so very nice to have. Plus, it's one of the few things that actually improve hand cannoneers. If I'm not mistaken, Abbasid Dynasty has the healthiest hand cannoneers, no? And that little extra health does matter. Granted, a good counter to it would be archers, and yeoman is a unique unit available to the House of Lancaster. It's going for elite army tactics. For the Warren Guard Palace, I should mention what armies you can get. Warren Guard Army gives you the 2 spearmen, 2 crossbowmen, and trebuchet. Very, very cost-effective battle group. 6 Demi Lancers, 2 regular horsemen. The cost for it, I have no idea. Hobo's already pretty cheap, and Demi Lancers are not great. And it's 50 seconds, so it's not like the Warren Guard Raiders from the regular English, which has like half the production time, and you basically get 2 knights for free. Or like a knight and 2 horsemen, I think it was. Something very powerful. This, not so much. You gotta get the the King's College and improve their charge damage to make this worth anything. It's like prove like charge damage at 150%. that's when you start getting to actually good territory with them. Garrison armies, a lot of spearmen and guard, and 1 Earl's Guard for a pretty good price. Spearmen, of course, 80 resources each. This is 500 total, so plus 1 Earl's Guard. Let's see, 80 times 8 is 640 plus Earl's Guard, 120. Which is in total 720 resources for 500 resources. Pretty good. 0 gold cost will add it. Not like you save like 20 gold. Nothing too crazy. 30 seconds, not bad. So it's a nice little cost-effective army. And then you got the gunpowder contingent. 2 Rebalquins, 1 Culverin. For a very expensive price, you effectively get 1 of those siege weapons for free. Rebalquins are situationally okay. I never find them fantastic. They do have 10 melee armor, which will help resist the Camel Rider siege damage. So, just packs it normally then. Yep, still only retains a plus 10, doesn't get upgraded. Yeah, Camel Riders can be very difficult to deal with. Green has a keep here. Looks like 3 villagers on inside getting healed up by the medical centers. Good number of spearmen here to help torch it down. Looks like he may just try to outlast his opponent's gold by just using trash. Does find the Mangonel. It's probably a good way to deal with a crossbowman. Oh. When the lords are down. Plus the Earl's Guards are doing quite well with this Camel Rider. With all the den bonuses, with all the keeps, they throw 2 daggers, 31 damage each, so high burst damage. And they do hit like a... well, he has a Warhammer for a reason. They hit quite hard. Yeah, Earl's Guards and Spear is probably his best call at the moment. Oh. And looks like the Abbasid has resigned. Didn't think he was in a losing position. Wasn't really paying attention close enough. I didn't think the game was going to end this soon. This is Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay. I don't even know how many resources he had left.